I am ready to knit my little border around this fun little kitchen towel or gym towel, whatever you're going to use it for. And let me show you what all my supplies are. I have the Takume interchangeable knitting needles. This is a size 3.25 millimeter, which is a US 3, but 3.25 millimeter is obviously an international measurement, so that's really easy way to know that you have the right size. And it's just for my interchangeable set. The cord I put on it is, you know, decently long. I'd say all together, point to point, we're talking this thing is about 26 inches. And what you want is you want it to be big enough that it will be able to bunch up, because we're working in the round. You want to be able to bunch up the entire edge of the towel onto your cords, but you don't want it to be bigger than the towel or even too close to the exact size. This is probably about, it's a little bit bigger than half of the circumference of the outer edge perimeter. Circumference is circle. It's a little bigger than half of the perimeter of my towel, which is fine. If it's too long, then you won't be able to work either. So this, I think, is a good proportion. Now I am using We Crochet or Knit Picks, same brand, Curio number 3 crochet thread. I know it's called crochet thread. Well, they just call this Curio number 3 thread. And we're using this for knitting. And then the towel is a blank from Artistry, and of course the design I made with my Artistry sublimation markers. And I got the design itself off of the Cricut Design Space, but I colored it in with the Artistry markers and sublimated it on here. And now we are ready to go. So I already showed you how to do the edge, how to put the edge on this towel in a previous video. And now I'm going to show you how to go ahead and knit around it. So now it's time to decide where to start my first round. And I'm actually going to start on the corner with the little grommet here. And what I'm going to do is just put my non-dominant needle front to back through the loop on the towel as if it were a stitch on the needle, and then I'm just going to knit into that stitch. Okay? Now I'm going to yarn over, and then again put the non-dominant needle into the next stitch front to back, and then knit into that stitch. This is actually, I'm going to show you my shortcut way next, but because this way is not the way I prefer to do it. There we go. But I want to show you both ways. There we go. So non-dominant needle in, and then knit the next stitch, and I'll do it one more time, hopefully not messing up. Yarn over, non-dominant needle in the next stitch, and then knit, yarn over. Okay, now what I usually do myself actually is I just kind of do a shortcut where I don't bother putting the non-dominant needle in. I just actually insert my hook, my needle in, yarn over, pull through. So I just knit without the other needle, yarn over. So I'm going in front to back, yarn over, pull through that loop, and then yarn over. So we're getting a knit, a yarn over, a knit, a yarn over. So knit into the next stitch, and then yarn over, and then knit into the next stitch, and yarn over. And you can see I'm kind of holding down the yarn over when I knit into the next stitch. Oops, because otherwise it does that. Okay? If it's easier for you to use the other needle, then go ahead and do it like I started with. And just a few notes on this. This is actually going to make my second row kind of gathered. This is going to put more stitches than I actually needed to go all the way around this towel, but that's fine because I want a gathered looking edge on this towel. If I wanted it to lay flat, what I would have done is first made a swatch of just the yarn or thread as a stocking knit stitch or whatever kind of stitch I was going to use, and then see how many stitches there are per inch and make sure that's how many I cast on. If there were 5 stitches per inch and I had 4 loops per inch, what I would do is knit into 4 of the loops and then yarn over 1, and that would give me 5 stitches per inch, right? What I'm doing here though, because I want the gather, is I'm just knitting and then yarning over and then knitting and then yarning over. And I've gotten almost all the way around here. I just have a few more stitches. So I have a yarn over, and then I'm going to knit into the next loop, yarn over, knit into the next loop, yarn over, and now I've gone all the way around. And you can see here how gathered my towel is. It's gathered up enough that I can work a decent amount without having to move everything around, but not so much that it's difficult to work with. Okay, now I'm ready to start round 2. Make sure you have a hold of your working yarn and not your tail, because that gets really sad, trust me. Okay, so now for round 2, just gonna give a little tug on my tail to keep that stitch nice. And I'm just going to knit all the way around. So just knit into every single stitch all the way around. You're not knitting any special way when you get to a yarn over. Just knit into every single stitch all the way around for round 2. Okay, I have finished round 2, so now we're going to go on to round 3. We're going to knit 2, and then yarn over, and we're going to continue that all the way around. Knit 2, yarn over, knit 2, yarn over. Okay, so this is what we're going to do for all of round 3, and then for round 4 we're going to knit all the way around, and then we'll come back for round 5. Oh yeah, I got that one. Thought I missed one, but I didn't. Okay, so for round 3 we knit 2, yarn over all the way around, and for round 4 we just knit all the way around. Okay, now here we are on round 5, and all we're going to do this time is knit 1, 2, 3, and yarn over, and keep doing that. 1, 2, 3, yarn over, 1, 2, 3, yarn over. Okay, and then for rounds 6 and 7 we're going to knit all the way around, and then we will bind off. So round 5 we're knit 3, yarn over, knit 3, yarn over all the way around. Then round 6 and 7 are knit all the way around, and then just bind off. I finished knitting the border around this towel, and you can see it's very wavy, and I want it to be more ruffly. And the way to do that is with some steam. So I'm going to turn on my little handheld steamer here. And what I'm going to do is carefully, I just want to kind of steam my lace ruffle out this way, okay? And it's going to kind of help it lay more like a ruffle and less, more like a, you know, a little gathered ruffle and less wavy. So I kind of push it with my hands into some positions that I like, and then steam it. Something else you can do is when you steam it, you can kind of give it a little tug, and that will also help just kind of put some of that fabric, some of the knit fabric, it'll help it pull straight out instead of so much side to side, which will make it also lay a little nicer. So steam a little section and then give it a little pull out, and just keep doing that all the way around. Steam a little section, give it a little pull out until you've gone all the way around. And that's really going to help keep your little ruffle looking nicer and less wavy.